Let's talk about a metric that's an indicator of financial strength, the premium to surplus ratio. And it's calculated as net written premiums divided by total equity. And this metric shows whether the equity level of the company, of the balance sheet, can support the risk that comes along with the premiums that you're writing. And the idea here is that to support the potential claims that come along with the insurance policies that you're writing, you need a sufficient level of equity to cover that potential risk. And regulators track this number very closely. A general rule of thumb is you want to keep the metric below 3 to 1, which is below $3 of written premiums for every dollar of total equity. And in fact, it's probably more like 2 to 1. And if an insurance company is experiencing higher risk, say a high growth mode or riskier than usual markets or products, the ratio should even be on the lower side. And here's an interesting ratio, the leverage ratio. And leverage just means the relative amount of debt used to finance the firm's assets versus equity or the shareholder's investment. And it's calculated as total assets divided by total equity. But that seems counterintuitive since debt is not actually in the formula. It relies on the structure of the balance sheet in which assets have to equal liabilities plus equity. So if you have a leverage value of 10, that would mean that you have $10 of assets for every $1 of equity, which means, using the structure of the balance sheet, that you've got $9 in liabilities. And if you had a leverage ratio of 4, it would mean that you have $4 of assets to every $1 of equity, which means you must have had $3 of liabilities.